Hi, everybody. Good day to you. Welcome back to the Vitality Project. I'm Dr. Bob. Yesterday, we made a commitment here to take an inventory of what is it that we need. And we talked about what we need in terms of our bodies, our minds, and our spirits. And what do we need to do to nourish and to protect ourselves from the impact of the stress that all of us are living right now with the virus pandemic and the quarantine. So let me just ask you, how'd you do? How'd it go? I hope it went well for you. What we want to do is continue on as we're looking at ways of managing stress during this incredibly challenging time. And one of the things I'm doing is doing a lot of reading and research right now, looking at the effects of stress. I read an article today, it was a summary article of research that's been done that looks at the influence of anxiety on our physical bodies. And I think that most of us know, I think a lot of psychology is pretty much common sense. And I think this article felt very common sense to me, it might to you as well. I think most of us kind of intuitively realize that high amounts of stress and or prolonged amounts of stress, the worst is when it's both, they wear our bodies down. Stress wears our bodies down. I think what we may be less aware of that was discussed in the article is the interaction between two different components of our nervous system, specifically the sympathetic branch and the parasympathetic branch. So I want to say a word about those to you today and give you a homework exercise tied to how you can apply this information. We've talked a lot here about the sympathetic nervous system, and whenever we've talked about the fight or flight system in our brains, you can be pretty sure that's what we're talking about. We've looked at the long-term consequences of getting stuck in that fight or flight mode. That's the sympathetic branch of the nervous system, and how that can wear us down. In fact, just in the last few days, we've discussed the research done by the pioneering stress researcher Hans Selye, who coined the term general adaptation response or general adaptation syndrome, and how it is that that's another term for burnout. So basically, we're talking about ways of managing our bodies so that we don't burn ourselves out, not only physically, but also psychologically. So that's the sympathetic branch of the nervous system. There's also the parasympathetic branch, and we engage the parasympathetic branch of the nervous system by slowing ourselves down intentionally. I like the nickname that's given to this in the articles that I read, this second branch of the nervous system. So you have the fight or flight system, which is the sympathetic nervous system. The parasympathetic is sometimes referred to as the rest and digest. So rest and digest as opposed to fight or flight. So what I'd like to challenge you to do in the next 24 hours is to intentionally engage with our parasympathetic, our rest and digest systems. You want to join me? Start by giving yourself enough rest and digest, enough rest for your body to recuperate from the day's stress. There's a lot of stress that we're going through in these very unusual times, and so we need even more rest right now. I want to say rest and digest. Be picky about what you eat. Make sure that you give your body balanced nutrition. While we're on that topic of what we digest, it's probably a good time to keep an eye on your caffeine intake, just because caffeine will stimulate the sympathetic nervous system, and we're aiming at trying to balance the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. Exercise is a good thing in terms of getting energy out to be able to rest well at night and to kind of find some way of just physically expressing stress and nervous energy. So exercise, even in a small way, will pay rich dividends. And I think also it might be a good time right now for you to check out that mindfulness practice that you've been putting off. Some form of yoga, meditation. Mindfulness is easy to practice. Mindfulness of the breath is probably the most concrete. I want to recommend that you go to YouTube and look up my name, Dr. Bob Weathers, and you'll find, and look up mindfulness, and you'll find 4 different meditations. They're all basic, very basic instruction in mindfulness practice. And practicing it even for 5 minutes has been shown, to do that daily for 5 minutes, has been shown to lower individuals' baseline stress levels measurably. And so I think you ought to consider that. Why not treat yourself, is the way I think about it. Why not treat yourself to some well-earned relaxation today? I hope that you will. Stay healthy, be well, take good care, practice what we talked about. I'll check in tomorrow on the homework, okay? Thanks for joining us here today at the Vitality Project. Take good care.